Psycho Ed with next installment of Minecraft Middle Earth. I'm excited because today we're going to go to Rivendell, which I'm super excited for because it's supposed to be amazing. Uh, you can see on the dynamic map that we left off in Weathertop. Um, I don't know exactly what path we're going to take. I'm assuming it's going to be right along this road here. Because, where was it? Here it is. I recognize this. Let me zoom in on that a little bit more so you can see it. The ford of, I'm going to butcher this name, Brunian, which I believe is where, I know her name, the she-elf who rescues Frodo, etc., and carries him off while the Nazgul are chasing him. That's the water where she casts that spell, which leads into... Where is it? Rivendell's here, I promise. I like to show the map ahead of time. Okay, apparently Rivendell's way over there. So maybe there's a different ford. We'll see. I don't expect us to get past Rivendell today. There's just a lot going on. Ooh, Council of Elrond's Mark II. We might get there. We'll see. Anyways, let's go ahead and switch over to Minecraft. You guys got to see that. And let's get moving. Let's get rolling. Again, so much grander than in the movies, I think. It's very, very well done, in my opinion. Everything here, just spectacular. Once again, go back to the very first episode and or the very beginning of every episode I've been starting on their official website, the Minecraft Middle Earth group. They just did a stupendous job. Now, I did do a little bit of cheating last time and flew. I said I was going to walk. I was running out of time. I need to find the footprints to lead me in the right direction. So hopefully that's not too difficult. I imagine they're going to be around the outside edge, so let's make our way to the outside. Why is the world not low? Oh, I guess this world is just that big. Let's see if we can get it. Get it done. So, I figured I'd tell you guys a non-Lord of the Rings story today, because I get so geeked about nerdy things that sometimes I forget that which things you've heard and which things you're even interested in. Like I said, this is one of the first fantasy books I read. I've been doing... I finally finished a series, actually. Was that yesterday? It was in the last couple days. And I finished... I do a lot of audiobooks because I have a long commute to work. And I finally finished the Lightbringer series. And man, that ending. If you have not heard of or read the Lightbringer series, I highly, highly recommend. Okay, which direction are these going in? They appear to be going in both directions. Sorry, I got distracted because I finally found some footprints. I think they're trying to indicate that they backtracked the way they came, because there's definitely footprints going in both directions. Anyway, what was cool about that book to me is, like, the whole time I thought that the author had this, like, anti-religion thing going, because the religion in his book is, like, so corrupt. Like, literally killing people to keep things rolling by the leaders of their church. Or, well, what passes for a church. And just that, even the redemption of that, and redemption of some of the other characters who had some pretty deep betrayals. I thought was just spectacularly done. He is one of the best character development people I know of. Just makes you care about the different characters in the book and the journeys that they go on, the growth. I mean, the main character alone goes from this fat, chubby nobody, literally, son of a prostitute, to a great general, um, and more than that, but just a great fighter and leader. But you see that progression and everything, and his relationship with his wife is very. I will admit that second book gets a little weird or is it third? I don't remember which one it was. Um, when he first gets married, but it's a very interesting, spectacular. I'm staring at these same footprints over and over again. I'm sorry. Where do they lead? I don't see more. This is just them going that way. I mean, what am I missing here? Let me just take a quick glance at the map, and I wish I knew which direction was which. Like, if I knew which way was west, I could just go that way and hopefully eventually run into their tracks. The map does not have any like arrows indicating what direction I'm going. Oh, there's some footprints. Yeah, these ones are going down. Yeah. Now we're making progress. Making tracks. Ba-dun-ching. So I don't know if you can see. I have our new puppy. He is, I want to say, 10 weeks old now. He kind of blends in with my shirt right now. He's right here. His name is Finn, and he is spunky as all get out. And it's not just like the puppy hyper. My wife thinks that he wasn't like socialized enough as a puppy, and so like he doesn't really like being picked up. But at the same time, all he wants to do when he's done playing is cuddle, which is cool. Granted, my other dog is like a big teddy bear, like literally just super fluffy, and I would prefer to cuddle with that one. But he's very particular about like cuddle time is only in bed. That's it. Like leave me alone. So I'm just gonna keep going down this path and hope it is the right way. Is there footprints going down as well? It's really hard to tell. Oh yeah, see, these ones are going down. Okay. Again, I think they're just trying to let's just keep following this for a while and see what happens. We might be backtracking. Anyways, last night, me and my wife were watching a movie on the couch, and Kylo, this is the fluffy one, was like driving us crazy because he wanted to play. So he's doing that thing where he brings the ball and he like shoves it in your hand. He found one that still had a squeaker he hadn't destroyed, and is just as loud as he can, squeaking it literally in our faces. And we'll throw the ball. That's not the problem. The problem is he has like he's almost neurotic about it. Like do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now, do it now. Squeak, 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 squeak. And I keep having to take his like super loud squeaker one away because he is absolutely ridiculous when he gets that thing in his mouth. It used to be like a rope tug thing, and it had a squeaker on it. But the rope, of course, he shredded because he destroys everything. And I'm missing the point of my story. I'm sorry. So he's doing all this, and I'm playing with him, and I was like, all right, the puppy's awake. I'm going to go ahead and play with him, too. I mean, this thing just sleeps all day. I'm telling you. And I know it's basically a baby, and that's what they do. Aha! I found the offshoot. Finally. Wait, no. Why are you going this way? I'm just going to guess that one's wrong because I want to move on from this. Look, I have not left. I'm still here. So my dog Kyle, this story is leading somewhere. It's just a little ADHD at the moment. Um, my dog Kylo is super destructive, like I mentioned, and I bought him this like stuffed animal. It was in the pet section, so it was like designed for dogs. And of course, the first thing he does before the night is even over is he guts the thing. And by guts, I mean all of the intestines of Fluff are across the living room, making a stuffed animal graveyard as far as the eye can see. And I feel like this is the same direction I just was. Yeah, this feels real familiar. Huh. Where was that split? I apparently chose the wrong one. So, what he ends up having is just the skin of the stuffed animal. All the stuffing is gone. And so, the puppy loves these skins because they're finally like a size he can like get his mouth onto and dig in. And so, I'm trying to play with the puppy with this deflated stuffed animal skin. And Kylo comes along and he takes it out of my hand with the puppy still attached and flings him off of the couch and just like into the distance. And you would think the puppy is not, Finn is definitely not scared to like yelp and squeal. He's a little bit of a drama queen because he immediately just doesn't care. This time he didn't make any sounds. He just immediately, you can hear the pitter patter just go all the way back to the couch. Like, let me up. He can't get up yet. All the way up back onto the couch, and I'm just flying because I need to find this trail. Again, I have to remember how to do this. Chat, hidden, shown, done, back to game. T/fly. That's an S. I don't know why it's there. Fly. Thank you very much. Chat and hide. I hide it because it is incessant and it's distracting, especially to me. As you can tell, I'm ADHD enough. When I was a kid, I had a Pomeranian, so I'm particularly fond of fluffy dogs. And so Kylo kind of fills that void because I love fluffy dogs. And since I got married, he's my first fluffy. That sounds weird and dirty, but I'm just saying, like, we've had like a Chihuahua and a Chihuahua mix with a Pomeranian, but he had short fur. And so, sorry, I'm really hyper focused on these footprints because I've retraced these same footprints multiple times now. Tell you what, let's just follow them back in here. Where is it they enter? Over here? And see if maybe they exit somewhere else. Just straight up follow. See, this is where I get confused. Look, they're facing different directions. Those two are literally facing each other. What is wrong with them? So they enter here. And then he gets stabbed. Yes, I know Weathertop is here. Is there any more, or is it just like in and out? Alright, so yep, now we have footprints leading out. I am sorry, guys, I'm just lost on this part. This isn't even a part I'm supposed to be lost on. It's just annoying. What was I talking about? Fluffy pups. Oh. So my my first Pomeranian. So I any animal I have had has been somehow named after a Star Wars animal. So right now I have Kylo, Finn, and Windu. Pretty classic, awesome. I in the past, our first pet when we got married was a cat named Yoda. Of course, had to be my first pet name. We also had a Leia, um, a Chewie, which is Chewie the Chihuahua. Pretty great, rolled right off tongue. We had a Mara. Now that's a little old school Star Wars books. Mara eventually became Luke Skywalker's wife. She has not entered the current canon technically. Um, and so the very first Star Wars name is we got this Pomeranian. We were actually camping. It's something my family does. So I was in like middle school. We were camping. This is what my family does for vacations. And these other people there at the campsite had puppies, Pomeranians. And this one they couldn't like sell because it had a birth defect. And so like we're not going to make any money off it. Nobody's going to want it. We can tell you guys are a good family, yada yada yada. My dad surprised us and we got this puppy. And so it was a girl, and I was like, well, we gotta name it Princess Leia. Spoiler: I already had a cat named Leia. I'm not gonna name another animal the same thing. So the compromise between me and my little brother was, all right, how about just Princess? So yes, we, me and my little brother, decided on the name Princess for our dog, since it was for the two of us. My parents attempted to get us a dog previously, and they got him from a shelter. His name was Skippy, and he hated kids, which was us. In fact, the only person he liked was my mom. He didn't really like any men, for that matter. And so he just wasn't a good dog. He avoided us, ran from us, didn't play with us. Um, he was one of those dogs that's like, why do I have you? Go away. That dog was neurotic. Let me tell you, it had the worst separation anxiety, specifically from my mom. And whenever she left, well, sorry, whenever no one was home, he would just terrorize the house. We eventually learned to like leave the TV on for him, and that helped a little bit. But for the longest time, we tried to confine him, and we got this baby gate, this wooden baby gate, and we're like, all right, we're gonna confine him to the kitchen because he like gets up on the kitchen table, and thankfully he wasn't a shredder like my current like Kylo is. He was a that's just not that wasn't his go-to. He would like poop in obnoxious places, and of course eat any food in sight. I got another funny story for that. But he did not like being contained in any way or form, and so he. This is turning into listen to me tell pet stories, because I can't find this path. Look, it ends. Where's it go? Anyways, about this stupid wooden baby gate, and he literally chewed through it like a woodchuck or a beaver. He probably swallowed several of those wood chips, let me tell you. And there was wood chips everywhere, everywhere. And he got just a big enough hole to get through it. I know my parents were a little surprised when we got home because he like greeted my mom at the door, and she's like, "You're supposed to be locked in the kitchen. How'd you get out here?" We tried locking him in like a bathroom at one point, but he would dig at the door and damage the door. This was a rental, or no? Yeah, no, it was a rental. Guys, I'm about to the point where I'm just gonna fly around in circles until I find something useful. Um, I just can't anymore. All right, Pretty sure that's the way we came. Let's just see what we can find. Hopefully we find something useful that has their tracks and we can just continue following them. So if we just keep this in sight. Oh, here's something. What is this? What is this? Like a secret little, it goes all the way up. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay. The little details like that. So I think that might be supposed to be like a river. I'm curious. I'm going to go down here. What is this? Interesting. Trying to think what story. This is why you don't have pets. All right, so same dog, Skippy. Our first Christmas with him, it's at least 4 of my siblings are all home. And so one of our traditions is we have stockings. Hello, footprints. Why, once again, are you facing different directions? Let's try this way. And so you open the stockings and wait for mom and dad to actually wake up. So, because dad was the one, he's the one who distributed the presents in a specific order. So we get up, we get a bunch of candy in our stocking, a bunch of chocolate. And we leave to go to our family get together at my uncle's, probably. I don't remember. What I do remember is when we came back, Skippy had gotten to every single one of our stockings and ate all the chocolate. And chocolate's apparently supposed to be that bad for dogs, like poison. And he just ate it all. Just no regard. All of it. The funny thing is the next day we realized that he didn't exactly digest a whole lot of it because he was pooping out entire Snicker bars, like the candy sized ones. Like the fun sized. You know, I don't know how many times I have to update this thing. I don't understand why it keeps saying I'm playing the wrong game. Yeah, see, I hit update and I watched it change from Minecraft to Skyrim. And I even made sure it said Minecraft. I clicked it like 5 times. Like Minecraft, update, Minecraft. Stupid thing. I really need to look up. I tried to look it up why it does that, and I just don't understand it. Yeah, anyway, Skippy had eaten all the chocolate in all of our stockings. Am I going the wrong way again? I'm still at Weathertop, by the way. I am so lost. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to make it to Rivendell. I'm hoping to. I chose something that was only a couple like stops away. But apparently, look. Here we go again. These ones are facing this direction. Am I missing something here? Oh, hello. Hey, take me. I don't know where to go. Cobalt Captain, where do I go? This way? Now I'm following a stranger. This is going to go well. I do think his skin is interesting. I'm hoping he knows where he's going because I don't. Maybe he has better eyes than I do. I have a hard time seeing these things. I got to get out of these tall grass. I am so done with. He's got yeah, he's following footprints. How is he so quick about it? I must be blind. I wonder if people watching are just like groaning because I missed something obvious. You know, I'm flying. He probably doesn't know that it's a built-in server feature. I wonder if he doesn't realize he can fly too. Maybe he thinks I'm a moderator. That'd be funnier. Yeah, following Mystery Man is definitely way easier than finding the footprints. He appears to be going the right way too. Because I keep seeing footprints. Yeah, he's definitely following footprints. Yep, and they're all facing the right direction. They're there. They're over here. Come on. Me and you, Cobalt. All right, here we go. Is he still following? I don't know. He got distracted. I'm gonna continue now that I see them. Yeah, I think he probably thinks I'm an admin. Probably got scared thinking, oh, am I doing something I'm not supposed to? I know every time you punch these grass, if I had the chat up, it gets real angry with you. Like, hey, you're not supposed to do that. Why are these all facing the wrong direction? What? Well, no, these ones are facing this way. I'm just going to keep following this trail. And if I get back to Weathertop, so help me. I just got to keep jumping so I can see. And you then go in circles. Yes, I go in circles. Dude, that has been this entire episode. How long have I been going now? 20, 25 minutes? And I seriously just got out of view of Weathertop. Like, I say walking the path, but I can't find the footprints to actually walk this path. Yep, all right. Back to following, I was about to call him Yum Yum. Cobalt. Captain Cobalt, or whatever his name is. Well, he is very fast. I need to be sprinting and jumping, apparently, to keep up with him. No, I cannot lose view of you. Get back here. I will never find my way again. I will be lost in the wilderness. See, when the grass thins out, I don't... No, you did not miss anything. Unfortunately. You still saw Weathertop when you joined in. I think I seriously circled Weathertop and those footprints around it 3 times. I was so annoyed. I'd be in the middle of telling a story and just like yell out like, "What? Why am I? Where is this?" Oh my goodness. Why'd you stop, Captain? Keep going. All right, come on. This scenery needs to change soon. Because we're supposed to be coming up to the ford of I can't ever pronounce it. Burnian starts with a B. He's so quick. You know, I was told to follow this entire path is really only about like 8-9 hours. I have not, which I mean is impressive that you have this path in this world that is this long, but I bet at my pace it is much longer. How? Oh, hey, bridge. Yay. I don't actually remember this bridge. No, I'm Troll Shaws. Is this I think this is that bridge they show briefly the elf chick riding across with Frodo being pursued. Maybe. I don't remember it necessarily from the books or anything. I'm sure since it has an official name and everything that it probably is there. All right, he stopped. He will catch up. And once again, I'm losing my patience. Although these ones aren't as bad to follow. At least we're in a different biome. The grass is a different color finally. I think someone else must have taken over at this point because the footprints are definitely farther apart, but they're all facing the correct direction. Like, go this way. They were definitely not that way in the last place. And on top of that, it was like the path like overlapped on itself. And I never did actually find where it branched off because I just didn't. I couldn't find it. I flew in a large circle around it until I found a path. And I was on that path, getting lost, going in circles again, when I found Captain. I keep wanting to say Captain Underpants, Cobalt Captain. Um, I keep accidentally flying too. Keep hitting jump too much. All these mountains. I don't remember these mountains. Then again, the movie only really shows what's her face in several scenes of her just riding into the distance. Say, I did show the map at the beginning, and this is quite a distance to get to Rivendell from Weathertop. And I didn't realize it was just going to be this featureless. Like, where's the civilization? Surely it's somewhere. So I know when we first started, and like in the Shire, there was like little huts and farms everywhere, and then we got into the forest, the not the enchanted forest, but like there was always stuff. This is just endless feature. Well, we've got some white mountain things here. What's cool about this is like they had to have like crafted this. I mean, maybe they used a program to help them with it, but like this just looks cool, and it's definitely not like a naturally occurring thing. Uh-oh. Oh, we turn. Yeah, yeah, I know I flew. Um, Say, are you still with me, Casey? So, all right, even if you're not, I'm going to tell this story. So, in my memories on Facebook, I forget how many years ago, probably 11 or 12. So the dorm I lived in college was like the most broken down, run down old dorm on campus, but it was like all the nerds can join there. So I always compared it to like a frat house personally. It wasn't quite that bad, especially being Christian college. There wasn't really like drunken orgies or anything like that. But Troll Shaw's Bilbo. Oh, haha! It's the trolls. Sorry, I got distracted. We got a real thing here. Look at that. At least I can tell what they are. Although I did think this was earlier on in their journey. I didn't think it was shortly after Weathertop. So I wonder if the order of events is a little off from the books and the movies. I'd have to look that one up. Because I know in the extended edition they do show them seeing the trolls. But they make it such an urgent thing after Weathertop with him getting stabbed. With the shadow blade or whatever. Anyways, back to memories. So one of the things that my dorm did is we would have this thing called... I'm going the right way, correct? Yeah. We have this thing called Cardboard and Duct Tape War. And it's as nerdy as it sounds. There was very specific rules. You could make weapons, and you would go into a big field, and we would hit each other. And you would make armor, and you could only make them out of duct tape and cardboard. I mean, simple, right? There was a few more rules than that. Like, I did initiate the rule. Yes, cardboard and duct tape war. Not initiate. I was the cause of the rule of no chain weapons. I think it was one of my first ones. I made this long duct tape chain with like a chunk of duct tape at the end and just swung it around and threw it at people. It was great. But it was a little unfair. And then I had a roommate who was a little extreme and made this mace with like a chain connecting to this giant ball of duct tape. And by giant ball, I mean like the size of my head. And that thing was terrifying. he would like hit the floor with it, and it would just reverberate through the whole building because it had so much heft. And we didn't even, that thing wasn't even allowed to go into battle. He named it too. It was Igor. It had a face. I want to say he had like green duct tape. It looked kind of like a snake, and it kind of mutated over the years too. That thing was spectacular, but it was why, in general, no more maces. Yeah, Casey says it also kind of hurt. I don't remember him ever using it besides in the dorm, not in the war at least. So in Rebellion one year, so the year I finally made nunchucks, which I'm actually okay at. I can at least show off a little bit with them. They're like, no, and the RA kind of had to like pull me aside, like, it's because of your roommate who's a little crazy, and we're afraid he's gonna hurt somebody. So no flex weapons or no maces. And so they decided, the council or whoever decided that my nunchucks were a part of that. And so I was like, all right, fine. I will get around your rule. I will be as rebellious as I can while still following the rules. So I purposely made a weapon that wouldn't begin the fight as a flex weapon, but would end the fight as a flex weapon. And so I went through several ideas of how to do this, and I settled on a giant fish. And I mean like a 4 or 5 foot cutout of a big fish that I rolled the cardboard before covering it in duct tape, so it looked like it was just a solid piece of, cardboard and duct tape. But it was very much, I reinforced the handle. Yes, the fish. Reinforced the handle so it would stay together. And sure enough, within the first battle or two, it became, my friends described it as getting hit with a sail, because it had so much mass and momentum to it. It just wrapped around. Yeah, it was about 4 foot by 2 foot. It wrapped around your weapon, your shield, and just hit you. At one point, when we were doing duels, I forget exactly how it worked, but I like did a backwards sweep and hit somebody in the legs and just flattened them to the ground with this thing. It was a force to be reckoned with. That one never got banned, thankfully, but I did decide it was not able to be used again, because technically it became a flex weapon after that. Plus, I like making new weapons. But that one was definitely one of my favorite. I had this giant, overly heavy shield that went with it. I think that year at least it was the biggest shield out there, and man, that thing wore you out just holding it. All right, let me just follow this road for a while, and hopefully they don't get off it. But yes, the fish was my favorite weapon. But yeah, some of our nerdy past. There was all sorts of different rules about like when we were fighting. One of the things was like we wanted it to look cool, because there was a lot of people out there who would just go and take pictures. That was the same year as the fish, if I remember right. I do remember the 12-foot sword. So there was a group of friends who were a year ahead of me, technically, who all got together and said, we're going to make matching armor, and we're going to be like a Roman legion. And so they actually looked really impressive. How many of you guys were there, Casey? I want to say at least 5 or 6 of you. It was enough that a good like third of the people, maybe a quarter of the people on the field, were all working together as like a single army. And they all had like, there's 5, yeah. And so they all had these matching shields and armor and swords. I think they even had spare swords, because everyone's sword breaks. That's one of the things that happens in cardboard duct tape. Everything breaks. I think my Pope staff and the fish were the only things that ever didn't like break. I'll explain the Pope staff in a moment. And then, Casey, if I remember, your 12-foot sword was like built in sections, so it was like designed to break, right? Because I think I helped you design it a little bit after a sword I had made a previous year. Oh, so there were 6 of you guys. Yeah. Yeah, and they had some history nerds in the group who like studied like Roman formations, and so they would do these like shield formations, and they were hard to get into. Thankfully, the fish could get around things, but like you attacked one, and then one would come from the side and get you, and you had to be real careful because no one else was technically on the team. SPQR, is that the Spartan group? I don't remember. I don't remember what that stands for. Um, you guys might be amused by this. They they lovingly called themselves the Legion of and I tried to get them to explain where that came from because they called their little club that. It wasn't just like that event. They were the Legion of It was like they would just kind of get together and hang out. Something 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 Rome. um, I I want to say this is supposed to be where those horses, the water horses, come. Oh, oh, oh! Did you see it? You named us. You named Legion of So, all right. If I'm not mistaken, my understanding is it had something to do with the fact that it was a moo backwards, but it also kind of sounded like Legion of Doom. Look at that! The waves come. So I was right. This is where that happens. And I was also right about the naming of Legion of It sounded like Doom, and it was moo backwards. Wasn't it like one of you guys had a computer with like back in the day you had those screensavers where you could choose a word and it would just spin around and it would be forward and backwards and it was just moo and you're like, oh, not moo. All right, well, that might have been one of them pulling my leg then. Although usually you're the one that that had a sense of humor. Uh oh, what happened? I gotta fix Discord briefly. 1 second. Your voice is coming through the TV instead of. All right, you're good.
All right. So, no, yeah, the naming part of it was so it was based on Legion of Doom. So the Super Friends from back in the early 70s when that TV show was going. But because the Legion of Doom was copyrighted, we had to change something. So we took off the D and became Legion of But it also ended up being a reference to um, the Chronicles of Narnia and the Spare
Oh right,
So it was both Legion of Doom with also Spare Legion of
got it. All right, I am getting excited because I think I'm getting close to Rivendell.
All right, I'm gonna jump back out of chat, but I at least wanted to explain that story specifically, and because that was a little bit way too much to type.
I'm sure. There's actual arrows telling me which directions are what. Austin, Edhill. I don't know what that says. Rohan and Gondor. High Pass, Mirkwood. Oh, I think these signs are in 2 different languages. That's maybe? I don't know. High Pass, Mirkwood, Lake Town. No, I'm not interested in that. Bree. Well, I already was at Bree. Let's just follow the footprints. See what happens. Um. All right. Back to cardboard duct tape wars. I told you guys I would come back to the Pope staff. So one of my later years, I want to say maybe my junior year, I had this like white Jesus outfit I used for church skits, and I made this ridiculous like cardboard and duct tape Pope hat. And I was like, well, what kind of weapon would the Pope wield? And so I made this ridiculous like staff, and it was only about, I don't know, 3-4 feet long. But I made this giant bowl. I used like 2 or 3 rolls of duct tape on that thing, maybe more. I don't know. But it was heavy, and so it walloped quite well when you hit people. I should clarify. We don't use like normal cardboard in most of these swords. It's have you ever got an appliance and it has those like corner pieces? Those. In fact, we would go to an appliance store and say, "Can we raid your cardboard dumpster?" And we just get those long. Some of them are almost as hard as wood, honestly, but not quite as strong. Cause, like I said, all the weapons broke. Didn't matter how well you made it. It was gonna bash against something hard enough. There was never any major injuries with it. Although I think we made management administration angry one year. We didn't go to our usual field. We did it literally in the middle of campus. No one ever told us to stop, but I heard some stories that probably wasn't the wisest decision. But yeah, the Pope staff did not break. There was so much duct tape on it. Why? Look at this nonsense. Why? I'm not even. Why? Where? There. Okay. Even flying, I can barely find these footprints. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and change the subject. We've done pets, we've done cardboard and duct tape. I was a lifeguard for like 4 years, so I've got all sorts of fun lifeguard stories. I remember my very first rescue. I remember was actually a double rescue. I was lifeguarding at a lake, and they had a trampoline, and ooh, look at that goalie, and a blob. Now, if you're not familiar with what a blob is, uh, I minimized the game. Oops. There we go. I'm taking the hobbits to Isengard. Yes. Yeah, I actually had that fish for. So Casey was saying he had weapons survive after he graduated. Double rescue all the way. The fish actually survived well after I graduated. I kept that one because it was so iconic. Eventually, it was just so big. It was I think I gave it away and it ended up in the trash somewhere. I'm sure. Uh oh, this double rescue. So it was at like a kids camp, and this little girl was in the water, and she could swim. She passed the swim test for sure. She had the green band. Made her swim across the pool and tread water. And so she's in this lake and she's treading water and she has this panic realization moment where someone's like, "Oh, there's fish in this water." And she just freaks out about the fish. They weren't even near her. It was just the idea that there was fish in the water with her. So she grabs her like friend next to her and the two of them just start to go down. Like she is drowning her friend, and I do the whole Baywatch thing. I run across the beach. Actually, they weren't really that far away from me. It was a little funny at first because my supervisor, who's not a lifeguard, looked at them and then looked at me and is like, "Do something." And it was a little condescending because I was like already getting off of the lifeguard chair and like getting like on my way in the water. Like I had already kicked off my sandals and was in the water by the time she even bothered to even look at me like, "What are you gonna do about it?" She was not a trained lifeguard. She was just extra eyes because there was a lot of kids in the water at that time. And so I get them both out, and we have to fill out the report and everything. But I remember being able to brag that my first rescue was a double rescue, which is not real common, except for me. Well, not even during swim tests. Most lifeguards' first rescue will be during a swim test because kids take the swim test thinking, "Oh, maybe I'll pass," because they all want to do the blob. I should explain the blob, I guess. So, for those who are not experienced in the ways of camps and blobs, it's usually on a lake, and then there's a tower. And by a tower, I mean like 15 to, I don't think it was 20 feet, but it was enough off of the water. and you would jump onto this giant marshmallow, probably the length of, I want to say, 3 or 4 cars, inflated, taller than me. Not all the way. There's enough give. Have you ever seen those like um, AFV videos where like they have like a halfway deflated air mattress and like the dad jumps on it and the kids go flying? Well, that's a blob, except for 20 times bigger and in the water. And so the bigger kid launches the little kid into the air and they literally go flying and then they land in the water. It's spectacular. It is great fun. A little dangerous, but that's kind of what makes it awesome. I know the lifeguard staff would like it when we would do personal like swim times where we'd be the ones like launching each other, and we would like break the rules, and like I would blob like the smallest person on staff. There's only supposed to be like 50-pound difference between people, otherwise it gets a little dangerous. And by a little dangerous, I mean like slap the water with like enough force to, Casey, it's happening. It's here. It just like materialized. Look at it. Oh my goodness. It's here. We found it. The hobbits are going to Rivendell. That reveal where it just like popped into existence. Wow. Look at these mountains surrounding it. Oh my goodness. This is so cool. Alright, does this path just go over here? Alright, I'm cheating. Going this way. Sorry, I'm a little speechless at the moment because I was not expecting that. Like, I knew it was going to be cool. I had seen a screenshot, but like, look at this. This is in such a grand scale that you don't think about it. And I'm sure the movies used like miniatures or something to make it look the way it did, but like in this game, you wouldn't. I've been playing Minecraft a long time. Probably, I think I started the year it came out. And I've built large structures, but nothing on this scale. I actually get a little bored with building. I like playing and doing that part. I'm not bad at it because I've played it so long, but can I get in that building? Not from here. I'm gonna keep following the trail, I guess. It hasn't. I'd like to know. It hasn't even given me like the official like words on the screen saying, you know, this is Rivendell. I think the Hobbit path goes that way. Although no, it looks like they go in here. So this must be something in here. Could just be a really cool elven building. That's a cool way to do a bed. So, alright, this is Casey saying. So once me and another person over 250 pounds double blob someone like 120 pounds. I'm not going to name what camp you just said, just in case. Oh, that was that RA training. Oof. That person probably hurt. I don't know. Some of those little guys can they know how to land. They put, feet first where it doesn't hurt as bad. I can imagine just how far that person flew into the air. Just skyrocketed. Also depends on how inflated the blob is too. A little bit. There's like a golden. The video had him flying close to 30 feet in the air. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Even if you do it right and you go feet first into that water, it's gonna be a pretty good slap. When I used to go camping at Table Rock Lake in Missouri, we would take my uncle's boat out to some cliffs, and they were a good 30 feet off the water, and we'd put on some life jackets and we'd jump off these cliffs into the water. And man, every single time it hurt. And even with the life jacket, like you went down in the water quite a distance, and like without that life jacket, you would struggle to get back up. Um, yeah, that's ridiculous and dangerous, but fun. There's something about doing dangerous things when you're a kid. I don't know what it is. He got shut down shortly after that. Oh, the whole camp, right? I yeah, because that camp closed down after. I forget what happened, but I remember hearing about it. I doubt that had anything to do with your blob experiences. So I'm trying to follow this. No, the blob did. Oh. I think it's doing that thing where it doubles back on itself. Ooh, stairs. I'm going to cheat and fly up these stairs because I hate spiral staircases. I want to get out on the roof. Let me out. Or I'll just fly out. That works too. They strategically put those really pretty, colorful trees over there. See, this is vanilla Minecraft, so maybe that's a resource pack. A certain tree has red leaves. I think these double back. I gotta fly so I can see these footprints. I want to end it at the Council of Elrond because I know it's nearby. It's in Rivendell, and it's marked on the map as a thing. So, which way is which? I don't think I've been here yet, have I? Maybe I did. So, alright. I hate it when this happens. Why are these facing each other? Alright. I give up. I'm just going to fly around town until I find it. Well, this is cool. The Forge of Rivendell. I remember this from the movies, actually. This looks so cool. Look at all the anvils. Of course, there's nothing in the chest. Come on. So, yeah, there was that scene where it shows them. I want to say it shows them like at the very first movie at the beginning. It shows them forging. Can't remember the name of the sword. The special one that kills Sauron or whatever his face is. What is this over here? Look at this waterfall. That is so cool. Alright, if I were the Council of Elrond, where would I be held? Nope, that's just a couple chairs. The White Council. Oh, it shows, I think his name's actually Elrond, talking at this table a couple times. I want to say with Gandalf. Okay. Now, I think this is the building I was in earlier. Maybe? Alright, this building over here looks real big. Let's check this one. See, there's footprints. That's promising. Is this it? I found it. Imladris, the Council of Elrond. They have the ring sitting in the middle. I want it. Give it to me. All right, all right. I guess it. This is where the Fellowship is the Ring is officially formed. It's where we meet Gimli and Legolas and, well, Aragorn we already knew. No ring for you now. I actually don't know how they did that. That must be a skin on that block specifically. Meaning they couldn't use this block anywhere else. Because it doesn't look like a frame or anything on top of it. Huh. Well, guys, I think that brings, Oh, what? That's a shulker box? That just goes to show you have no idea what I'm looking at sometimes. It looks cool. Look at these tables. All right, guys. Sorry. That brings us to the end. We end at the Council of Elrond. Pretty much the halfway point of the first movie. And that was a pretty great episode, minus walking in circles for 20 minutes. Thankfully, Captain Sparkles or Cobalt Captain, whatever his name was, led us out of the way. Led us through the wilderness to, although we lost him at some point. And now here we are in Rivendell at the Council of Elrond, where all of the magic happens. I ask that you guys give a like, give me a follow, subscribe, all of those lovely things. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. God bless. Bye.